Yeah, I guess for today's podcast, we're just going to discuss who the organization members are, and it's been a hot topic for very much since Kingdom Hearts 3 has been announced, or yeah, since Dream Drop Distance came out. So for today, I have Safeguard and Novion, but we're just going to call him Nova for short. And without further ado, let us get this discussion going. Also, the viewers, they don't see the picture right now, but when I edit the video, I'm gonna probably just have this picture on the whole time. I'm not sure yet. So who wants to start first?
Well, I guess I'll start with the chess pieces.
Right.
It's pretty much the main topic of discussion.
Yeah, there's...
We got...
Oh yeah, go for it.
We got a fair look at all of them, I think, in this recent trailer. Not sure which ones are which, because we've got like 14 now. So...
Yeah.
Which ones do you think
you're
sure about, and which ones you're not sure about?
I'm not sure about any of this, because as for this picture, we have what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces for the light, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for the darknesses. And you know, we went on the assumption that it was supposed to be 13 and 7 like pieces accordingly, and now that we have more than 13 and more than 7, nobody has any idea what's going on. So it's like, based on the picture that we have in the Discord chat, which should be on the screen sometime now-ish, from left to right at the top, we have Lee, question mark, Mickey, Riku, Kairi, Sora, Lingering Will, Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. Those all do seem correct, and I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe it just means like it's who we have available as fighters.
Yeah, potentially it's not necessarily that's the 7 lights. That could be.
Yeah, we went on that assumption for years. It could be possible that these are just the people they have for battle.
And I suppose if that was true, Donald and Goofy would be there as well. So.
Yeah. I mean, we also assumed that it was the 13 versus 7, but this could possibly just mean that it foreshadowed the series in a whole. You know, that would explain why we have Maleficent all the way on the left for the darkness side, and these do seem to be all the big players, or at least all the enemies we fought throughout the series. Safeguard, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the chess pieces. There's a couple that I think we aren't 100% sure that they're representing who they're representing.
Like
Maleficent.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's really supposed to be her or not.
Yeah, it is. I guess.
And then, oh sorry, there's one for Xion too.
Yeah, is that the one that's supposed to be between Marluxia and Benitez?
Yes.
Yeah, I have not seen that symbol anywhere, or at least nowhere that comes to mind.
Well, yeah, Nova sent an image and it has it.
It has a weird
But
looking symbol.
We haven't seen it yet, so it's like brand new.
Yeah. The one that's actually for Marluxia, it looks. I always thought that was a Wayfinder, or not the Wayfinder, but like the D-Link star or whatever. I guess.
Yeah, no, it looks like a flower.
No, man. These are all just difficult to discern. The one for Roxas, all the way on the right next to the Guardian of Zigbar. I have no idea where they got that from.
I don't
think that's right.
Yeah. No idea what the hell that is.
That looks more like, I don't know, Vexen or something.
Yeah.
It's a shield maybe.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it could be.
An exact match, but it could be like kinda there.
Yeah, a couple of these don't look right, and I could have sworn the Dark Side had more duplicates than just Ansem and Guardian. Then again, Ansem and Guardian could explain like where Ericus might be, because I think the theory is that Ericus might be the Guardian. I don't know, but yeah, back to the main topic. The organization. We have a lot of players at hand right now. And I think the one thing that confused us most was Demyx and Vexen appearing out of nowhere with the yellow eyes. But I believe one of them didn't have like the whole ear thing, the pointed ears. And I think another surprising character was Xion. As you can see in the opening, that her hair is like slightly like a grayish silver or white, however you want to say his hair is. But and that forever confuses me, because it's like, why would you put that spoiler in the opening but not have, you know, like the Aqua notification or Darkling thing in the opening? You know, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know. So, who do you
I
think?
think right now, yeah, they've been revealing many people with different qualities that they could be a seeker.
Yeah.
But right now, I think it's really hard to say exactly who the 13 are. They've given us a lot of different options, like Vexen, Demyx, potentially Xion, Aqua maybe, and then they just keep stacking. So right now we're above really what the 13 could be.
I don't know. There's a lot we have to take into account, because like maybe they might be backups, or like red herrings that, you know, that we like to use.
Yeah, I think, especially with Aqua, I don't. Yeah.
I mean, alright, well, I'll put it this way. Who do you think for sure is in the game? Or as?
Definitely not Ansem, Xemnas, Lucia, Sword, because Xehanort.
And how many is that? That's like what? 9, 10-ish?
Yeah, they're on there. That's like so.
We do have Repliku or Data Riku.
Yeah, Data or Replica. I'm not sure which one that is though.
Yeah, because I think we do see Riku with, I believe to be Repliku. How, I'm not entirely sure. And then we just see a Riku in the Big Hero 6 world, and most of us are assuming it's Data Riku because of the bug blocks. So, I mean, it's also quite possible that that world is not actually a real world, but like a data world.
Yeah, that could be as well.
And that might be why he's there, but wouldn't explain why
No,
he's in darkness.
I think that is Data Riku because, like, there's so many different signs relating to coded. Like, I think it's definitely, they probably did recruit him somehow. I have no idea how. He was just made out of pure data and coded, and he's technically the journal itself embodied as Riku. He just took on that appearance. So to have him be a part of the organization is just like the most weirdest one out of them all. I understand the replica being in because he's kind of made out of, you know, pure darkness in a sense, but to have like the coded Riku be in there is just kind of bizarre.
It's very bizarre because out of all of them, that does feel like the most off-putting. Like, if we do have Shion as a darkness, I would prefer her over a Data Riku. It's just like,
oh yeah.
well, then again, I can see it from like a Xehanort's perspective. They're like, well, Riku was a good candidate, but we couldn't get him, so why don't we just get a copy, or not a copy of him, but, you know, a data form of him, and, you know, Nordum from that. So I guess it's a good substitute, but again, it still like rubs me the wrong way. I can see.
Right.
I can see Terranort being in it, but the nature of him is kind of a question because he doesn't recall Lingering Will, and that's confusing because he should know exactly who it is. And if that's the case, what was I gonna say?
There's different incarnations of Terranort in a sense. Like there's the part where he turns into a darkness, and then there's the part where he's the apprentice to Ansem the Wise, where he doesn't have his memory.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult to discern which one it could be.
Sorry. I'd assume that. I don't know what I assume, honestly, because like you said, there are so many different incarnations. I mean, he wasn't around that long, but there was a point where Xehanort was in control, and then the whole amnesia thing. But even with the amnesia, I don't know if he was able to summon his Keyblade. Again, I don't see why not, but he didn't seem to be aware of it before he
his memories have never really been discussed before. Like how he regained them.
He shouldn't be as forgetful as I think, because let's try to turn it this way. If he does, or when he does meet the Lingering Will, which version would that be? If he doesn't remember who he is.
It would be the one where he has amnesia.
Right. Question is, when though?
Yeah, I mean, he's not wearing the coat in that scene where they show it.
Yeah. Well, okay, no, I guess I can see it. Xigbar and whoever, or young Xehanort could have recruited him right when he did get that amnesia. But I don't see the benefit to that. As opposed
That's why I'm thinking it happened probably like right after, like right before.
Right before the amnesia?
No, like, so once he regains his memories, he stabs everyone, right?
Right.
But we don't see the scene where he stabs himself. So maybe he was recruited right before that. Because he has to split himself off into Xemnas and Ansem, Seeker of Darkness.
Yeah, they're not the
Another
question.
thing I was
Go for it.
confused about.
What do you mean?
Ansem and Xemnas have been destroyed, right?
Yes.
It's meant to reconstruct Terranort
Yeah.
in OPAC.
Well, we're getting on a topic where we really can't talk much about it because we just don't have all the information. It does not make sense at all. But like, as we've already said like plenty of times, you take away, or you kill off Ansem and Xemnas and you get Terranort, or at least we're supposed to, but we get Master Xehanort. And you're like, well, where's the regular Terranort? Well, it's quite possible that he came back as well, but have no recollection of like who the hell he is. But that really wouldn't make sense because Well, I guess it could, because if Terra is still inside there, his mind technically is inside the Lingering Will. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but the fact that the encounter even happens, it's kind of odd. Whoa.
Just be like a retcon anyway.
Maybe, I don't know,
Just
maybe
change.
he did come back and that's where he like he was created, I guess, or whatever. They say where you lose your heart, or when your body gets reconstructed, you appear in the same world you lost it or something like that. You lost your heart. I think that would make sense because I hate this game. But he would, I guess you can say he was born there. Terranor at least. But Terra still had his heart by then. I don't know, man.
Yeah, this is what happens when you put time travel.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, anyway, yeah, I think as far as he being a seeker into the game, he'll be alive. So at least we're good guys.
I hope so. I just, at least Lingering Will. Because if,
Yeah.
go for it.
I was gonna say, I think it's interesting that we have two pieces
Yeah.
for supposedly Terranor on the chess piece.
Yeah.
I think he might be playing both sides at once.
See, and I think you did bring that. Well, you were going to bring up what I was going to say. We have two pieces on the light side and one in the dark. The one in the dark could be the one that's the complete. I guess not the complete version, but the one before the amnesia. And Terra now could be the one post amnesia or whatever. And they're like, hey, bro, yeah, such and such happened to you, so can you fight for us? He might be like, sure, or whatever. And Lingering Will might just be our Terra, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess we have three
He could be our
formations. Yeah. Oh, that'd be pretty dope. And that way, if we do, like, quote unquote, lose Terra, we would still have Lingering Will. So, you know, Terra would still be around, but not be around, you know?
Well, I don't want to lose Terra completely. Like, the goal is to get him back, right?
Yeah. But, you know, we might have some casualties.
Well, if we have to have a few casualties and strike down a few hearts,
I mean,
we're all for it.
I think that'd be a pretty cool way to go about it, because we are expecting the sacrifice, and Terra does seem to be the one that everyone's leaning on, aside from Riku. So, like, if we do lose good, quote-unquote, good Terranor, but we still have Terra inside Lingering Will, I think that's a good trade-off for me. Like, we have this this armor that has the mind of Terra. He obviously
yeah,
still has
like
the
his
feelings. Yeah, like an ex machina, like people like to say. And that's more like the scars left behind of the war. We have Terra, but we don't have Terra, you know?
Right.
Like, his body is gone, but his mind and his will still persists. I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, we have three
We
different...
know they interact at some point, too.
Yeah. So he's like, bro, who are you? Bro, who are you?
Yeah.
You took my body. Oh no.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
over.
exactly. Yeah. I was hoping Sora would not be a light, just because I wanted him to be that regular character, but I guess he does. He would deserve it, or at least, you know,
Let's talk about
be recognized.
let's talk about Shion and Aqua.
Right.
Because Shion in that trailer was showed to have a little piece of gray hair.
How and why? No clue.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because that's meant to be a scene from Days, right?
Yeah.
Grey hair in Days. And then on the chessboard, well, at least she has blue eyes there because that's the scene.
Yeah.
His yellow eyes obviously now. So it's like, well, where are they drawing the line here?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have a theory when it comes to Shion. It's like, if anybody has the hardest way to return, it will probably be her. Because no one even remembers her, but she still exists inside Sora. So it's like, how? Like, I did make a video. I did think that Naminé was going to be the one to like be like, hey, you guys remember her? I was inside you, Sora. I know that sounds weird, but I was inside you in your memories, and there's this chick there. You know, Lee might be like, huh, she looks
Well,
familiar.
he's got to come back too then.
Yeah. So I don't know. She's different. So even if they do bring her back, I don't see how she'd be what do you call it? A darkness, unless they since they did make her a replica, it'll be kind of odd to not have her data. And I can see them bringing her data back.
I mean, Vexen, maybe he's got something to do with that.
Ah, yeah, you're right. They could possibly bring her back through Vexen, and he can be like, yeah, I've perfected the replica program, so you can just see their heart now. I mean, get her that way.
I mean, they didn't show her face in the trailer.
It's
That's
also
kind of what's off-putting to me.
yeah, it's also kind of possible that we might not even see her. Like, is it possible they might not even like recognize who she is throughout the whole game until like maybe the end? Because she might come back.
No, I
as,
think we'll see her before then.
I will hope so, but you know, I'm just trying to make sense of it. Like, if the organization ends up making her, because they should still have like the data on her. So once they make her and order, and when people see her, they're gonna be like, "Fuck, who's this?" You know, they're just gonna see some chick with gray hair. Maybe.
Well, theoretically, like if she comes back, wouldn't her memories and also everyone of her come back too?
I can't really say. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess we'll see on that one.
Yeah. And then you bring up Aqua. I do think she might be Norded through maybe like the first half of the game. And then she's saved in something.
I think she'll be good by the end.
Yeah.
But
Because the way I see it, all that footage we got of
at the
her
start,
is like, we kind of pieced some of it together. And I feel like they're going to save her and she's going to be off doing something else. Not sure what.
See, I think what happened in Darkwing. I've looked over some of the pictures. There's just so much evidence, I think, that's at least guiding us to that notion. Like, I know you mentioned that Darkling is like their transformation happens pretty instant. But like with Aqua, I think that there's just like a couple like red herrings that kind of run us off about it.
because she's got like the red arms and stuff, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's the red hands that are throwing me off. Like we don't have any of the other Xehanorts that have that.
It's true.
And then it's in that picture that you sent about the Darkling too.
She's I don't know. I mean, I don't know why we ruled out that it's possible that she's both a Darkling and a Nord. You know, we always assumed that it had to be one or the other. But
What I was wondering is, we see her fighting Ansem in the shots, right?
yeah,
Possessed or whatever. Darkling. And then afterwards she's a Darkling, so... Or she's Norted. I don't know.
see, that's also one thing. I don't remember seeing anything about being turned into a Darkling, like someone actually making you into one. My whole thing was that I thought that they kidnapped her, they found her, took her, whooped her ass, and then like extracted her darkness like they did with Ven. But I don't see why they would do that. Because in that scene, you see Vanitas above her, like getting ready to strike her down, but that was also one of the same things that Xehanort did to Ven. But in the background, they were already in the Land of Departure. So I'm thinking by then that, you know, the place was already restored. And I think Ven was already sitting in the chair. So it's just like, maybe they split her and like they left her there instead and took the dark side of her out and
Yeah, like it's fate maybe. They took
yeah.
her back to
Yeah, that would be a good
darkness.
theory.
Yeah, so they left her comatose body there, and her dark side is just sitting in the realm of darkness, just slowly becoming a darkling, I guess you can say. But it wouldn't really explain how she has Mickey's Keyblade. Oh man. Oh well, we do have that new screenshot though that shows that they haven't necessarily found her, but they started looking for her at least. Because we have at least one world's length of game before they come back and all meet each other. 'Cause-
Yes.
So like in that time, I would assume they went there and found her, but she left maybe. So they come back.
No, I don't think they found her when they went.
No.
Because Yen Sid would have mentioned it.
Well, he did say continue your search for her, so.
Well, we have to assume too that they do rescue her potentially because she has Mickey's Keyblade in one scene, but then he gets it back later on in the scene where they show the Winnie the Pooh together.
Mickey?
Yeah, they showed him holding his Keyblade.
In the Realm of Darkness, though, right?
No, it was in that scene where they have the Heartless and Nobodies and Unversed.
Oh yeah, but like, yeah, that's what I mean by like. That's why I think it happens in the beginning of the game because all that jibber jabber happens and then, you know, fast forward to the end of the game. Yeah, he has it back. It also might not be. It might not be possible that it might not even be the end of the game.
It's just hard because we know Aqua probably does get rescued, but like, where is she? She's nowhere to be seen with them, so it kind of has me leading that maybe there's something else going on with her.
There's a lot going on because, like I said, we're at this point we're missing Terra, Ven, Aqua, Shion, and Naminé.
And Roxas.
And Roxas. That's 6 people potentially missing from that that final battle, and they're either Norts or they're not there. And what would make them not be there? You know?
Yeah. So there's a lot going on with what like everyone's absences.
Yeah.
And you know, Roxas is obviously playing this key role, and then we have to take into consideration that Shion might be part of them too. And Aqua's like, I like your theory of Aqua being split in two, like Vanitas was, because it opens up a couple doors about like where her light is and where her darkness is.
So, you say about splitting in two. Didn't Young Xehanort go to the Toy Story world to try and split the world in two and see how? There's something about missing a darkness or whatever. And then he splits the Toy Story world in two.
Right.
That's relevant at all?
I do think so, but it might be more relevant to Unchained Key than it is now, or in Kingdom Hearts 3, I mean. Because Unchained Key is doing something called like Shift Phase or Shift something, I don't know, but it pretty much is like splitting worlds in two, like a regular version and then a data copy, I guess. But we really haven't seen the significance of it.
Something to do.
But I mean,
It does say they're missing a darkness.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I don't see why they can't just like capture somebody and then just take out their darkness. And I do think Aqua would be the prime candidate for that because from the start she was always a backup. So
Right, and we know she was targeted. Like, we know Ansem Seeker of Darkness gets a hold of her in like one tiny little bit.
yeah. and I need to see how that actually happens, because if Sora, Donald, and Goofy were able to take him down in a much stronger form, come on, how did they get the one up on Aqua?
I don't know. I think Aqua was probably weakened at that point.
I also don't
We
think
know
Ansem
being
went
in
there
the
by
realm of
himself.
darkness drains you.
Ansem could not have went there by himself.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was
Yeah,
alone.
no, there's no way, because she has Blazaja. Come on now, or Blazaja. There's no way that Sora was able to take Ansem down, but she couldn't.
Well, that's,
Yeah, no.
technically that's just plot recon, isn't it? Because
I'll be so pissed. Like, no, unless
Kingdom
they,
Hearts One didn't know what they were gonna do. So
yeah. And she also didn't seem to have her Keyblade in the hand, so I guess you can say once they smacked it out of her hand, she couldn't do anything. But
yeah,
Right, she was probably defenseless.
yeah, I guess you can say that.
So yeah, Aqua's... There's a huge probability that she was recruited at some point. Just because she had no defense at all.
Yeah, buddy.
So we have her potentially.
I wanted to bring up Isa and Lee talking about it, but
I don't even.
what's gonna happen there? Because we've seen them meet on the clock tower, right? In Twilight Town.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to
Who
see
wants to
that.
say, like,
It's like, hey Lee, you know, since I'm a darkness and all, we're gonna have to fight. You okay with that? I don't know. I think that's just gonna be, just building drama between the two. They're probably gonna talk about like, oh, at the start of this, we were on the same team. We wanted to take over the organization. I don't believe they even said why yet. Well, hopefully they address that. And they're just gonna put it in retrospect, like look where we started and look at where it's about to end. You betrayed me. Blah blah blah.
I wonder if he can be redeemed or not.
Saix, Ice. I don't think he'll be redeemable, but he'll be. What's the term for it? We can sympathize for him, To me, out of all of them, Ice is the one you probably sympathize with the most. It's like, wow, bro, I understand why you went this route, but you gotta go. I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking at
We've
this.
got to address Roxas and Axel's friendship as well. So
Yeah, and now that we know Axel knows Ben, it's like, what are you gonna do, bro? Are you gonna
He's like acknowledged him now.
He's like, oh yeah, remember that one guy I met like 10 years ago? He's weird. You know what, now that I think about it, he looks a lot like Roxas. Oh. Interesting. I don't know. Bro.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining to see Roxas and Ventus interact for the first time.
Spider-Man meme. Spider-Man. There's a lot of interactions I'm waiting to see. I'm pretty sure everyone is. But I think the one thing I'm looking forward to is actually seeing the Birth by Sleep trio meet the Destiny Island trio, like, now that they're all growing up and stuff.
They're all older.
Yeah. It's like, Aqua's gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're that boy that I swear I was not gonna give the Keyblade to, but you ended up getting it anyway. Huh.
Now Sora's probably like, now you see me now.
Right, look at me now. Haha. Then Kyrie's gonna show up like, hey, aren't you that chick? You look exactly like you did 10 years ago, huh? Yeah, what's going on with that? I've been in hell for 10 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting if we can get them all together.
Yeah, I do think Gamora did say that not everybody was going to meet each other, which is, I guess, understandable. And by that, I mean, like,
I was talking about the Seekers there mostly because
yeah.
I do want all the invites.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they are, but I don't think like we're really waiting on like Shion to meet Mickey or sure certain people are gonna be like, oh god, Shion, I remember you. Riku probably is gonna be
Or like
oh,
Aqua to meet Roxas.
yeah, like it might happen, but it might not be too much of a thing. It might be like, wait, doesn't that guy look like Ben? And then, yeah, he does. Okay, moving on. Like, you know, one of those things. Because almost everybody has a reason to like meet each other. You know, Ben and Aqua's reunion. Then you have Sora and Ben actually talking it out for once. Kairi and Aqua, Riku and Aqua, Mickey and Aqua. You know, the list. It just everybody does have a reason. Just I don't know if we're gonna see it all. Let's see. Let's look at the rest of this list. We need to see how significant Maleficent is gonna be in this game.
Yeah.
Because she.
Just got Pete with them. So.
Yeah, and Pete is not a threat at all. Sorry. If Pirates
They're
is.
looking for the black box. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Pirates is towards the end of the game, or at least the third half of the part of the game. How have they not found that box yet? Are they literally looking for that box the whole game? Are they just gonna be sidelined for like random boss fights and worlds?
I really hope not.
Yeah, because I think she had potential to
something.
be. Yeah, she has some potential to be big, you know.
I wanted to address the fact that there was like a pawn advancing in this game and try and get revenge at least.
You think? I do hope she does find the box first, because then we have like this three-way battle between her, Xehanort, and you know Sora.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. It would give Maleficent some sort of significance again.
yeah, because now
Like relevant.
I feel like they're just dragging her on, and it's like you guys don't need to, you know. They can.
They're just essentially the Team Rocket of Kingdom Hearts at this point.
Yeah, because whenever they showed up in 2, you're just like, ah, right, filler, great.
Yeah, she's not as threatening.
I don't know. Just
Yeah, so it'll be good to have her like try to at least find the box.
and then we can actually see what's in it and see if it actually matters.
Yeah.
What was I looking for? Oh, I watched Pirates for the first time the other day. The third movie. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was playing Smash the whole time because that movie I just could not get into. But there was one thing I noticed, and it was the box. And I'm like, oh, a box! It's the black box, and it had a heart in it. And I'm just like, huh.
I think that's gonna end up being like they're making a mistake thinking it's the black box.
Yeah, right. He's like, I found the box. I'm out of here. And then Davy Jones is like, no, tis mine.
Yeah, I really love those films.
I'm sorry, I really couldn't get into it. So it's like just, I wasn't falling asleep. It's just I don't like the whole pirate theme, and I feel like I need to watch the second movie to care about the third one.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So if the second one ever comes on Netflix, I will try and watch it. I just couldn't. I have to watch it again.
The game's gonna be good. I don't want to go too off topic, but the game's gonna go good story. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to force myself to watch it so I can understand it. The Kraken. I do remember Nomura saying something about that the bosses they've shown were not like the end world bosses. And
So do you think the organization will be the end bosses?
I hope so. That's all I'll
They
say.
obviously survive until keep that graveyard, so you like fight them, but they don't die.
They'll be like, ah, you hurt me. I must retreat.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Right.
You know, hopefully. Because the bosses we've seen so far look pretty dope. But we haven't seen the final bosses, and I'm glad that they said they're not going to spoil those.
Yeah.
Because I do think they're story related. I think the first 2, I think it's going to be like the first boss you fight might be like a Heartless or a Nobody. The second world boss is going to be like a Disney boss or something. And then the third one's going to be the Kingdom Hearts boss. Like an organization member, yeah.
Would it be, for example, like that flying heart in Pirates,
Yeah,
Kraken, and then Luxord.
yeah, exactly like that. So I see like Toy Stories will be like that heartless saucer thing, and then maybe Zurg, and then Young Xehanort, something like that.
Right. Yeah, I think they'll probably incorporate like the Beach of the Disney World, probably like one of the final battles too.
Yeah, I can see that working. Like, let's see, from Monsters Inc. Who will we get? Have we seen the organization member from Monsters Inc. yet?
Vanitas.
Right. So we would get. Let's see. Did they show off a boss for Monsters Inc.? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
They showed Randall.
well, yeah, we'll get Randall as the Disney boss, probably, and then Vanitas will be the boss.
Maybe someone versed Killer Boss.
Yeah. Let's see. Then we have Kingdom of Corona. I don't think they showed the boss there. I'm drawing a blank.
Marluxia.
I mean, for like the
They didn't
Heartless
show
boss or nobody boss.
Oh,
I don't think they have, but yeah, we'll get that. Then we'll get who will be the boss for Kingdom of Corona? I guess Gothel.
That's all, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, then Marluxia. Arendelle, we have that huge wolf thing.
Heartless Wolf.
And then maybe Marshmallow might be a boss fight, I don't know.
I think we do fight him and then he joins us afterwards.
Yeah, so
So
maybe.
Frozen's difficult because there's no like villain,
Right.
but he's not very powerful.
Yeah, so we might get Marshmallow first, then the Heartless, and then Larxene, which I cannot wait for.
No Reflects this time.
I know,
Just
yeah.
get destroyed.
She destroyed me like the first 10 times I tried fighting her in 2. It was just disgusting. So I was like, yeah, I'll come back to this eventually. But yeah, so I guess we will fight. I would assume we'll fight most of the organization members in the Disney World. We'll fight 9 of them, and then the big bad guys will wait for the end.
Yeah, so
Like,
Ansem Denver's doing all at the end.
yeah, those guys.
alright, well, I probably have to go, but do you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, that will be a good time. So yeah, well, thanks for setting aside time. Sorry for making you guys wait. That was really confusing on my part. I didn't change any of my settings, but it happened, I guess. I'll try and mess with it earlier, so Nova doesn't have to stay up.
That's not that late, so
Yeah. Well, see, normally around this time is when I get off work, and I'm on my way home, so I don't know if this is a good time or not. That's why I always wait till Saturday.
yeah, that's fine.
Alright, cool. Alright, well, this has been Chasm, or Chasm, however way you guys want to say it. Chasm Key, featuring... Go on, say it.
This has been Safeguard.
You're next.
It's been Nova in.
Yay, we did it. Okay. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
Bye.